The next thing I want to explain to you right off the bat is that we are going to be very, very careful about our files, where our files are, and how the files that we're using for our documents and our projects and our exercises, where those files are located. Why I want you to be adamant about that is that we're going to be using this technique called placing files or linking in InDesign, and as opposed to embedding. And unlike other applications like Photoshop or Illustrator, which do have the functionality now of linking or placing, but traditionally we would always embed. The reason why we do this in InDesign is that say you're working on a project that, a book project, or, God forbid, a encyclopedia, a book of 1,000 pages with thousands of images, and therefore would create a remarkable, massive file and folder for you. So the way that we keep our files really small, like our actual InDesign files, quite small. Smaller files allow computers to run smoothly and efficiently, don't bog down your RAM. So how we allow that to happen is we actually place images and create these links to the file, actual files. So as opposed to embedding an image into the actual file, we're going to create a link to that file, and that file could be located really anywhere, but we just have to make sure that linking is maintained, so we don't move it once we've placed it, we don't manipulate it, we don't do anything to that. So this linking actually creates a link, and it's basically that what you see in an InDesign document is like really just a representation. It's not the actual file. It's just like a little kind of what's the word? I guess representation is a good word, but it's just basically a little example of it. So it's actually not the actual file. And it's really just important now when we're saving files and moving them around from, say, a school computer to your computer, or from a friend's, or your printers, or whoever need now, whenever you're moving that folder or that working InDesign document around, you need to make sure that you have the links maintained, meaning they're not missing, they're not in a folder which you originally had linked them from. If they're somewhere different, it's going to cause some problems. So we need to be really kind of careful of where we keep our files, and I'm going to show you some other things about placing images in a few videos ahead. But I just want to really explain to you that for all of the assignments and exercises and projects, we're going to be always placing images as opposed to embedding them. And that's so we can maintain these kind of smaller files, and we can kind of get used to the proper way to use InDesign. Like, again, if you were working on a massive book project and you had so many files, and if you had all those files or those images embedded, your RAM would get overloaded, and it's going to cause you make your computer really work slowly and awfully.